Hey guys, how's it going? It's Danconia and welcome back to the Overwatch League Roundup 2019 Transfer of Season Roundup. And yeah, I wasn't expecting to make one of these so soon after the last one, but there have been a lot of movements in the past few days. And honestly, there has been one movement that not only caught me off guard, it caught everyone off guard, and it's provided more questions than answers. Anyway, we've got a lot to get through, so let's start off where we left off last time. Now, we talked about No Smite last time, moving to Paris Eternal, so we start off after him, which gives us Hisu. Hisu, DPS for Runaway. Now, Hisu is underage at the moment. He is signed for the Philadelphia Fusion. Hisu will come of age on March the 25th, so he will be eligible for next season, just not the start of it. We've seen this, a similar case for this with the Paris Eternal. They've also signed some Element Mystique players, which won't be available, Sparkle and Hanbin, I think. So, this is nothing to be surprised about. He won't be starting for the Philadelphia Fusion at the start of the season, but to be quite honest, they should be able to get through the start of the season without Hisu, looking at the DPS lineup right now. But we will be coming back to the Fusion a little later on, because, yeah, there's some stuff to talk about with them. Now, we talked a bit back along about Hurek. Hurek obviously left his role as a player at the Vancouver Titans and wanted to go into coaching. Question is, where would he be coaching? Well, he has had the opportunity to go straight into the Overwatch League and be an assistant coach at the Houston Outlaws. This should be really interesting. Obviously, Hurek has a lot of experience. He has a lot of experience in Contender's career. He has a lot of experience in Apex. He has a lot of experience in the Overwatch League with London Spitfire and the Vancouver Titans. And honestly, that experience and that knowledge could be really invaluable to the Houston Outlaws, who, you know, are looking like they've improved with their new ownership, with their new players that they've brought in. So Houston Outlaws really could be a diamond in the rough, an underdog going into next season, because they've made some cheeky moves that really could propel them up the league next season. Now it's time to mosey our way off to Shanghai, though, because Shanghai have made quite a few moves in the past couple of days. They have signed, first of all, a main tank. He is called Stand 1, and he will be moving into the Shanghai Dragons from the Gladiators Legion in NA Contenders. He was at Team Envy as a stand-in before that, and in RG Esports, Foxes as well. And this is an interesting one. So he's a main tank. He plays the Reinhardt, the Winston. He can also play a shade of the D.Va, but how much D.Va we're going to see in the future, who knows. But Stand 1's an interesting one. It's not quite the high-profile main tank that I think we expected the Shanghai Dragons to sign, but that may still happen. More on that a little bit later. But this is not the only move that Shanghai Dragons have made. So they've also signed an off-tank. This is Void from the LA Gladiators. Now, Void, really good off-tank, and I think we all know how good Void can be. Well known for his D.Va, well known for his Zarya. I think he's got a really good Roadhog as well, so this should be a really good all-round off-tank for the Shanghai Dragons, and possibly quite a bit of synergy with Stand 1, if they can get that cooking up, because obviously they were both at the Gladiators, although Stand 1 was at the Legion rather than the full LA Gladiators team. Now, another player that I talked about in a previous video, actually, was Lee Jae-gon, and there were rumours around him joining Shanghai, and that has now indeed happened. Another person leaving Runaway. You've got to feel sorry for the likes of Runaway and Element Mystique. They just lose all of their players in the Overwatch League off-season, and then they have to rebuild again in time for Korean Contenders. Oh, I do feel sorry for them. But Lee Jae-gon has been signed by the Shanghai Dragons. Really good signing. Really good signing. About time that this guy got his chance to show his worth in the league, because he is such a good player. And I expect nothing but the best from Lee Jae-gon in the Overwatch League. And looking at the Shanghai Dragons right now, I would not want to play against this team. And then the final signing for Shanghai Dragons, and I mean this, literally final signing for the Shanghai Dragons, is Lip. Lip is a DPS player coming from Blossom. Now, Blossom, they're kind of up and down. They've played a lot of Korean Contenders trials and Korean Contenders. They've always been a fairly decent team, and Lip has kind of been the standout DPS for them. He's good on the hit scan, he's got a good Sombra as well, and he's only 18. This is a really good signing for the Shanghai Dragons. But finally, this signing means that we have one team that is locked in for next season. Shanghai Dragons have 12 players. It's Dia, Ding, Lip, DM, Fleta, Gaguri, Void, Envy, Stand 1, Luffy, Lee Jae-gon, and Izzyaki. Now, a 12-man roster, unless the rules have changed, and I don't believe they have, is all you can have in the Overwatch League, so I don't expect any more signings for the Shanghai Dragons. This would indicate that Stand 1 will be their out-and-out main tank, unless Gaguri has changed her ways, perhaps fill in the main tank role more. She has got a decent Orisa, so we could see her on that. This also debunks the rumours of Bumper perhaps going to the Shanghai Dragons, because providing they can't sign any more players, which I presume they can't now they have a 12-man roster, this means that Bumper can't be signed by the Shanghai Dragons unless they will let one of their current players go, which they are all locked down for the 2020 season from what I can see, so I don't expect Shanghai Dragons to make any more moves, and therefore the Bumper situation is still not cleared up, but more on that later on. The NYXL have been active in the market once again. They have signed Mandu from O2 Blast. O2 Blast, really successful team in Korean contenders. I'm sure you've probably heard of them somewhere along the line, if it's not Wolf and Achilles talking about them. And they did very well in Pacific Showdown. They came second in Season 1 2019 of Korean contenders. And Mandu is a support player, known for his Lucio. The thing is about Mandu is he probably won't be seen much, especially early during next season, because he actually is not going to be eligible until June the 3rd, because he's currently only 17. So this is a long-term project for the New York Excelsior. Obviously, they've seen this guy. He's really good. They want him on their roster. They want to develop him with the squad they've got now so that he's ready. As soon as he turns of age, he can come into the squad and be an integral part of the New York Excelsior's future, which I'm sure is what they're looking at. And when we looked in the last video on this topic as well, Bianca, I think that's also a similar sort of thing, although Bianca will become eligible much, much earlier. So this is probably all what you've been waiting for, and where things start to get a bit odd. Okay, well, I was sat here watching the Fran stream, actually. I was playing a bit of Overwatch on the side, had the Fran stream open, and I saw it was on Reddit. And I saw these things about Philadelphia Fusion signing Chipsa. And I was like, well, who's memeing here? Like, what? What's going on here? They weren't memeing. The Philadelphia Fusion have signed the United Kingdom DPS player Chipsa. Yeah, okay. This one has caught pretty much everyone off guard, I think. There were no rumours surrounding this. I did know he was in the US, because I heard it on Kabaji's stream. The thing is, I thought he said he was in the US to visit his girlfriend. Not to sign for the Philadelphia Fusion, so good cover up there, Chipsa. Yeah, this is an interesting one. So, Chipsa hasn't been signed to an org since the Chavs, and that was in March of 2017 that he left them. Yeah, okay, this is an interesting one. So, he's well known for his Doomfist, obviously, very good projectile player, but he's been out of the pro scene for quite a while now. He has been doing stuff with the United Kingdom World Cup squad. I don't think he was with them this year, but he was last year when they did well in the World Cup. But he was a coach, I believe, and it's an odd signing. I don't think anyone can really contest that. I don't think anyone expected it. Yeah, it definitely goes down as the weirdest signing I've ever seen an Overwatch League team make. He wants to give it a real good go, and fair play to him. You know, everyone deserves a chance and all that. The thing is, we just had the World Cup, right? We've just seen all these players pop off, and I'm thinking, like, if you're thinking of European players here, I'm thinking Fischer, the Denmark DPS. I'm thinking of Leaf, the French DPS. I'm thinking of Visility, the Dutch DPS. And then we get Chipsa. Yeah, it's definitely a left-wing pick. I'm not gonna lie. And yeah, there may be some accusations around certain things involving a certain coach at the Philadelphia Fusion, but I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to throw around accusations that no one can ever prove. Chipsa will be an Overwatch League player for next year, and how much he will feature for the Fusion, I really don't know. When you look at the DPS that the Fusion have got signed, you've got Carpe, you've got Ivy, you've got EQO, you've got Snillo currently on a two-way, and then you've got Chipsa. Would you really play Chipsa over the likes of Ivy, EQO, Carpe? I don't think so. it's definitely, in my opinion, a squad depth move. And then you look at Hisu. Yes, Hisu is not going to be active at the start of the season, but Hisu is possibly the best DPS on the entire roster once he becomes eligible. So, yeah. When you look at Hisu, and I'm naming just the DPS currently signed to the Philadelphia Fusion, Hisu, Chipsa, Ivy, EQO, Snillo, and Carpe, you have half of your roster on DPS. 6 DPS players. Yeah. It's a bit weird. I don't know how you're going to keep all of them happy. I know Snillo can play two-way for the Fusion Uni, but it's just weird. And this transfer really just raises to me a lot of more questions than it does answers. Again, I'd like to know your guys' opinion. I've heard rumours that Chips has been ripping it up in tryouts, so, you know, it's worth a chance, but how much he will feature for the Fusion, I really don't know. And to be quite honest, if you sign any more UK players for Philadelphia Fusion, I'm going to have to start supporting you, so please, steady on. Steady on. Now, moving on to our last transfer, and we've had this one rumoured for quite a while, and it comes back to the bumper issue at the Vancouver Titans. Vancouver Titans have a new main tank. He has come out of retirement. Yes, it's Fisher. Another transfer that offers more questions than answers. Now, we all surely know Fisher. Started off with the Cloud9 Kongdu, came in with London Spitfires to the Overwatch League, didn't want to stay on the bench, went to the LA Gladiators, didn't get on well there, went to the Seoul Dynasty, didn't get on well there, he decided to retire, and now he's back for the Vancouver Titans. I somehow don't see Fisher playing second fiddle to Bumper. At least not for very long. So, either Fisher has calmed in his time off and has decided that he's happy to play a bench player. I really doubt that somehow. Or Bumper's happy to play on the bench. Again, I somehow doubt that. Or Bumper has another team to go to. It was rumoured to be the Shanghai Dragons, but that's looking very, very, very unlikely right now. So, yeah, this Fisher signing, it warrants a video of its own, I think is all I can say about that one. So I'm not going to bang on about it too much because that might be a video coming up soon. Yeah, I'd love to know some of your guys' opinion, especially on the Fisher and the Chipsers transfers, because, yeah, the Chipser especially is a weird one. Fisher is a temperamental one, and how much it'll benefit those two respective teams, the Titans and the Fusion, I don't know. But I'm going to leave it here for this one, so thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next video. See you then!